Hi everyone, it's Jillian, and this is a speed paint I did for a fan art piece of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think it turned out really nice. I did use some reference pictures and I'll definitely try to link them down below. They all came from Google and not sponsored by the way, but definitely a piece I enjoyed working on, even if it did frustrate me a little bit. It took me like 4 days to finish. And like, overall, it turned out really good. I still feel like I need to work on a few things like posing and some lighting aspects, but this picture still made me happy overall. I'm trying to challenge myself every now and again with these like environmental drawings where they have a lot of atmosphere and like aesthetically pleasing type pieces. Like they don't necessarily, at least for me, they don't get like a huge amount of notice as much so as my single characters. But I think it's important more so for my art skills and whatever to develop. And it's just nice to have a good old fashioned challenge where I'm like, how the heck am I going to get the look I want to get? And how the heck am I going to do this or that? And I don't necessarily get that as much from like just character drawings anymore. But it's definitely something I reserve for like every now and again because they frustrate me. It takes too long. My patience by the third day, I'm like done. I'm just like this looks good enough, and like there won't be like part of it colored in or something. Anyway, let's talk about games. Specifically Legend of Zelda. I'm like a huge fan. I'm not like a mega fan where I played every single freaking one where I know the timeline back and forth and I know what the Sheikah symbols mean or anything like that, but I do enjoy them. I sort of take them as their own thing. Like, I'm not really too concerned about the timeline. Like, the only time that I can kind of like care is like where a game is a direct sequel. For example, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, they are direct together. Then there's like the Oracle of Seasons or whatever, those two, they're together. And then there's Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks. They're like a trio. And even if a game like makes a reference to a different one, like for example, Twilight Princess makes a lot of Ocarina of Time references, I'm like, oh, that's neat. They're making an homage to Ocarina of Time. Or even like Breath of the Wild, which has this whole sequence of like Zelda talking about like these other events that has happened in Hyrule's past. And I'm like, oh, they're making an homage, like bowing down to like its predecessor. And like I don't know, I just don't see that it's really that important. And I hope that they don't necessarily conclude the timeline or whatever, or if they do, in it like end it happily and not stupidly. And like I think even if they got rid of Ganondorf and or demise and his like curse towards the hero, I think a new villain would step up and like the story would still continue on. There would still be a Princess Zelda and a hero. And maybe in that alternate universe, or if they end the cycle, it could be more like Hyrule Warriors, if I can talk. But, like, I just don't know. I enjoy the games. That's all I really care about. Not that I'm any good at them. I've only beaten a handful of them. My favorite of the ones that I've played has to be either Breath of the Wild or Twilight Princess. Like, no offense to any of the other ones, but like, Breath of the Wild is like such a game changer. But for the classic Zelda like story, Twilight Princess gets me. Like, Ocarina of Time's good too. And Mishkit Cap is like my favorite 2D. So it just depends. Anyway, let me know what your all's favorite Zelda game is. And if you're looking forward to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, whenever it's going to come out, sometime this year or next year, supposedly. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video, and make sure to tune in next time. Bye.